Alright there, folks. Meant to hit pause and instead ended up kind of undoing ourselves. So I'm back with this battle. It's been a real challenge to get some of the artillery units in particular to kind of do what they're told to do. I feel like I'm having to have to tell them things that I didn't used to have to tell artillery to do, but that's probably more me than it is them. Kind of getting back in the swing of all this. So, anyways, the Union is doing relatively well. I think they're going to have the numbers advantage on us for this game, which is fine, as long as everything else is more or less square. We'll see how it goes. Okay, they already have skirmishers, I guess. Alright, we're throwing ours in here. I think, is there a little... Well, I guess elements of my army are also a bit spread out. It's probably best that we just get into it with whoever is here. The artillery that was supposed to be over here, I'm not sure where they've gone. These guys have a different commander, so they need to get... No, none of that. We don't want any of that. They're firing away. For the life of me, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, we're definitely going to lose a battery right off the bat because they did not halt when they were told to halt. And so these are kind of the things that happen. Alright, there's no reason for them to pursue in. Or them. Kind of got what we wanted over there. These guys... Hopefully they'll get these up in time. I don't know. Okay, they should have their skirmishers in front of them, not behind them. Is this a brigade? This is a brigade, so I think it's worth pursuing. It's going to be a whole brigade. How did they end up... I don't know, some of our cav units, I guess, got crossed over with who their commanders are. This is just... very odd. Very odd. Alright, you're supposed to be over there. Guess we'll try to fix that now. You're just Florida militia, nothing else. Alright. Try to get on that fence. Huh. Merrill is not a terrible gun. I'm just worried that that unit's going to break as soon as they're kind of thrown into combat, but that happens. Alright, so some of them have moved up, which means we can send that cav to go back on their flank. DeRosie's brigade is trying to withdraw. These guys I should have had entrenching a while ago, but I didn't. Don't know why it doesn't say those guys are firing. Send some skirmishers out to try to harass their artillery. Come on. Come on. Try to get them to do that. Alright. They don't need scouts. They don't need to evade. They don't need to do any of that stuff. We'll see if they come down there. Alright, move that HQ a little closer. That's Thomas's brigade. That's a whole brigade over there. Alright. Throw some skirmishers out here, I guess. These guys need to be worried about them. I think their skirmishers just came back. See if those two cav brigades can cause any havoc on that flank. Alright, these two have routed off some infantry. Now, sort of gets kind of interesting. Since these guys just came out of their fortifications, and it looks like they're basically going to go brigade with us. We need a win somewhere, and so I'm thinking maybe to push on this flank. I know these guys are tired, but maybe inch them up. Okay, these guys look like they're finally in a good position. Can actually move them in as well. Contribute to that. Somewhat of a delaying action over there. We're going to move these guys up. Continue the skirmish. Guess these guys can just... I don't know if we're lagging too much or what, but... try to get them to construct some fortifications. Okay, it's not... well... what is this? It's a detachment? Yeah, it's not worth everybody shooting at. That is such a small arc. I don't know why on this cav unit it's taking the arc from the center rather than the flanks and bringing it out. I haven't noticed that before. I won't say it hasn't happened, I just haven't noticed it. Alright, these guys should be here. These guys are actually kind of doing it right, except... oops. They were not dismounted. But they are now. Alright, they're doing that. Okay, their skirmishers broke. Now they're back. Alright, what did I screw up here? Alright, this cav should not be over here. That's kind of what I screwed up. Alright, he should be there and closer to the commander. Alright, we don't want idle artillery. This artillery kind of just... I did not get them in a great position. I know. What are you doing? You're firing, but you are not. That's your commander, and he's taking orders from up there. Alright, so maybe what I'll try with this brigade, which I guess can't quite get line of sight at the moment, is to try to move them there. You're firing. You're firing. You're firing. I'm pretty good with all that. Alright. I think that'll speed up the orders. I wonder if you guys... Wow, you guys are firing. Alright. Why are you doing that, man? Don't do that. Do not do that. Do that. Alright. So these guys need to move up or else they're just getting creamed for no reason. This is really not how you use cavalry. This is how you get the name kill cavalry, but for getting your own cavalry killed. But you needed something to temporarily hold back the blue wave. Yeah, we're not doing that well. I mean, oh, they did break. It's so pathetic, man. 61 casualties out of 2,000 dudes. And I think that was the group who was kind of with it. Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. I do need to keep a kind of running list of things I need to gripe about, and this is certainly one of them. And now they routed after taking 8 casualties in a brigade of 2,000. Like, it's... I understand the devs can't figure out how to balance dismounted skirmish cav, but I think just nerfing the stats and calling it a day is not really the solution to that problem or any other problem. And this cavalry has held up comparatively well, even though in many respects it's become obliterated. I mean, certainly in terms of casualties, they've hit a lot worse than the other units, but these guys are at least giving it back. For some reason, this unit seems perpetually exhausted. I don't know what that's about. I mean, that cav line's the only one that's holding at the moment. And I don't want to test my luck here, sending in the infantry and having them break in, or of trying to bring that cavalry back. There's a chance, I think, that they might just break. There's a detachment with no guns and no men. Alright. Patterson's artillery has 8 guns. And 1st battery has 11, so that's a fairly sizable battery. You're idle? You shouldn't be idle. It says... I don't know what they're doing. Alright, they gotta move up because they're getting shot, but they're not really shooting back. It's not a great situation. Alright, they got skirmishers dumping into their flank. That's pretty good. Oh, didn't throw out any skirmishers for them. And theirs appeared to have been pushed off, so... Huh. Alright. Not going to worry as much about that fleeing cav unit, because I'm not going to get it back. If you've played the game, you know that basically attempting to rally is a pretty useless endeavor in this game. I don't know what the statistical... and that's why it's probably not even worth it to try to get them to fall back, because I find that as often as not, when you try to fall back with them, it just causes them to break en route. I guess because they're getting shot in the back or something. I don't know what the reason is. Clearly, I don't know what the reason is, but successful rallies are a very rare thing. Probably on the order of 1% or so. I don't know that that's actually true, but anecdotally, I think I've only remembered doing it 2 or 3 times, and I'm not even sure if it's because of anything I did. These guys are set. I think those guys are about set. Oh, unfortunately these guys are almost out of ammo. That's really unfortunate. Interesting to see. And in terms of casualties and relative casualties, we're doing okay. I have no doubt we'd be doing much better if this cav were still around, but it's running for the hills. Oh! And that artillery is still idle, so I don't know. Move it over there. We'll move it somewhere until it can do something useful. Now let's see, it's 5:30 in middle of November. I forgot what the effective man. I just looked at casualties, relative casualties. So effective manpower, they're still ahead. In terms of guns, they're still ahead. They're doing nothing as well. Whoa. Oh, that's right. It's so hard to believe that with all these targets, they can't find something to shoot at. Yikes. I think we're going to recall those skirmishers, because they're kind of just getting in the way. I think DeRosie's going to have to be there. Yeah, I think think these guys are probably gonna bite the dust here pretty soon. But see, now their cone of fire. Oh no, it wasn't them that had the problem before. It was the other unit. Well, nightfall can't come soon enough. That I'll say. Let's see, they can't quite reach anyone. Maybe it's best to just try to rout off this brigade, I don't know. Yeah, first brigade's fairly large. Alright, need more skirmishers to keep doing their thing. Alright, so while my skirmishers rallied, it looks like their brigade wants... Are you kidding me? They broke as well? That's 4 cavalry brigades now that are broken. 2 of them, I understand. 2 of them, I do not. And it was just before nightfall, too, so we're about to probably get some ammo. Yeah, we'll continue. Yeah, I know I'm in deployment here. Right, that's where they are, so... Let's fix this artillery situation, which is pretty atrocious. Huh. Wonder if cavalry units always rally at night. Well, I guess the ones that hadn't fled the battlefield. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that actually. That'll be fine. I really want the Florida militia there. Uh-oh. Can't move them. Okay, now I can move them. Put them there. Yeah, let's get these infantry brigades sorted. Alright. Who are you connected to? I really got my commands all screwed up. Alright, these guys... should be on the right. Therefore, these guys... I guess everyone that's left can go left. Why aren't you moving now? Huh. I don't know. Kind of ammo. They only had so they did not get resupplied on ammo. They got partially resupplied on ammo. It's a detachment. That's okay. That's a detachment. It's all right. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna pause this. This is not going smoothly. All right, I think I sorted it all out. I guess you can't use the alt move for commanders in deployment phases. At least that's what it really felt like. see if the numbers changed at all. It doesn't look like overall numbers have changed. We have about an even number of effectives. I am on the defensive. I did not read the quartermaster's reports. Still not sure what they mean by supply levels 100 out of 100, if not all units that were kind of within the commander's range. That is far too close, I think. This unit here, we're going to try to grape shot. Alright, so that got their morale, and I guess that got their attention and their morale a bit down. Look at these HQ things out of here, maybe? Who is this? DeRosie. Yeah, he's okay. So if now that the numbers have kind of turned against him, I don't know what that is doing, unless it's reading that it's not getting the flank that it's looking for. That actually kind of makes sense. But now they've concluded that best to just not pursue the attack. Alright, well then, we're going to mount up, have those guys charge in, have them mount up and do the same. Turn our artillery's sights back on them. Let's see here. Any other somewhat juicy targets? So yeah, all that artillery out there, pretty juicy. Gonna hold them back. And of course we need to move the commanders up. What are we running into? 4 guns, 9 guns. Hopefully it doesn't hurt too much. How much time we got? We got 15 time units there on the counter that are left. All right. Man, those guys are moving fast. I wonder what it takes to get a major victory. Because if this ain't it, what is? But I think it's a new bug that someone reported on one of the Steam discussions. Alright, yeah, not in terms of relative casualties, not all that terribly great on my part, but we can see we were outnumbered, to be expected. They lost 150 guns. And unlike some of the battles in the East, where it feels like, well, here's another easy win, but I can't go anywhere because my readiness is going to decline. Hopefully this kind of opens things up here. It's kind of the center west. But if we take I believe this is Evansville. Probably with a single supply depot, we could mostly provision any army that was moving between Evansville and St. Louis, which ought to be reinforced. I guess now they're calling it Hartford. Yeah, we took 462 casualties. So yeah, 3-1. Again, we did not capture 1,600 guns. And what's even more odd about that is when you go to... I showed this in another recent video. If you go to upgrade the guns, it looks like it's reset the guns that were available. And so I don't know if that was a patch, but when I went back here last time, I think there was like one gun available, even though it says we're capturing all these guns on the field. I'm not sure what that's about either. But was that 2 or 3 armies? I think it was only 2. If their third army, which I think kind of moved off over here to join that Army of New York, that I've watched it for a long time, but it hasn't done all that much. But yeah, if we take Evansville and then maybe get a supply depot somewhere around here, I would think that just about any army could make it from Evansville to St. Louis in relatively good condition. Let's see if I can get this squadron over here. Because I think the Union Army I beat didn't really retreat. And so it's a bit of an issue. But yeah. Oh, that's why time isn't moving. It's because time isn't moving. But yeah, that's this kind of center-west thing. I still have my eyes set on Kentucky, even though our support here is pretty low. We haven't captured a lot of the more important areas that are over here in the center, kind of center-east. Covington and Louisville are two of them. Lexington also seems kind of important. So, I think that should do it for this one. I think this ran about normal video length, even though it was kind of an early crash. Yeah, there was. So yeah, this is fine. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what happens from here, and hopefully piqued enough interest to bring you back next time.